Let's talk about it. Because it's going to be a long game. Kansas City. You know, going into this year, if you would have told me, not only did we beat the 49ers, we also beat the Bills. And going into our matchup versus KC, oh sorry, we also beat the Jags. Going to a matchup versus KC, we would be one game behind them. I would tell you, before all of our injuries, oh, that makes sense, yeah. What? Wait, what? We're behind KC? Okay, I guess it was a bad season. Like, one game behind KC. And if we win this game, not only can we, technically speaking, we're not going to knock them out of the playoffs because they're currently in the AFC West. And the AFC West goes as followed. KC is 9-6. The Raiders are 7-8. Denver 7-8. And then Los Angeles is 5-10. But actually, technically speaking, wait, if we beat them, right? And then the Raiders, and they lose the last week of the season, and then the Raiders win, can they technically get knocked out? Can this happen? So let's say we beat them, right? And let's say the Raiders beat the Colts, okay? That's not going to help us out. Let's say the Raiders win the last week of the season, and then the Chiefs lose to the Chargers. What happens? Okay, let me go back. Hang on, hold up. Before we get into this, I just want to see this real fast. All right, so they lose out, right? Raiders win. And then Raiders beat the Broncos. The Raiders could knock the Chiefs out of the playoffs. You're telling me, again, listen, okay, they would have to lose to the Chargers. You're telling me if we beat the Chiefs this week, and the Chargers beat the Chiefs, and the Raiders win these next two games, because they just beat the Chiefs, literally, they just beat the Chiefs on Monday night. Because they beat the Chiefs on Monday night, if they beat the Colts, and they beat the Broncos, and the Chargers win, and this week, obviously, we win. The Raiders are fourth seed. They win the division. The Chiefs are knocked out of the playoffs, and because they lost to the Bills, oh my gosh, they're gonna be in that kind of purgatory area that we're currently in. Now, technically speaking, in that purgatory, we beat them head-to-head then. So if we win this game and we beat them head-to-head, we knock them out of the play. We're going to get 7 seed. We could potentially get 7 seed and knock the Chiefs out of the playoffs if we win this game. Can you imagine we go to the playoffs and we knock KC out? That is the most beautiful thing I've ever heard in my life. If we win out, we get 7 seed. And if KC loses those games I said, so obviously this week they'd lose. Next week they would also lose. Where is KC? Before you even get into this beautiful video, guys, I just have to look at this. Wait, hang on. Chargers, right here. They lose, right? We need the Raiders to lose, technically, for wild card, but at this point, it doesn't really matter because Raiders, you know, that's not really going to impact us if we have the 7th seed locked up. We could go to the playoffs without them in the playoffs, and we could knock out the Steelers. Wait, hold up. Nah, because if the Steelers win twice, they're going to fluff us. Yeah, if the Steelers win twice, they're going to fluff us. But if the Steelers lose to the Ravens, which I don't know, the Ravens might put their backups in, and if they lose to the Seahawks, I don't think they're going to lose to the Ravens. I think the Ravens put their backups in. The Ravens are 13-3 right now, and they kind of control that. If they lose to Miami, then they might put their backups in. But if Miami beats the Ravens, then Miami and Ravens are going to be even, and Miami has tiebreaker. So they have to put the starters in. We need Miami to win this week. Miami plays the Ravens this week, right? Yeah, we need Miami to win this week so drastically bad so that they play the Steelers tough. Alright, sorry guys. Let's go back to our video that we actually did here. I just realized, yes, we can knock out this team from the playoffs. I'm not smiling, you're smiling. Alright, so let's talk about this game because ESPN gives us a 72.8% chance to lose this game. And I get it. we're coming off an ass whooping versus a really good Steelers squad. And I'm giving them credit, okay? I'm going to be nice. I'm very nice right now because I hope we have good karma going into this game. But no, we lost against the Steelers. And AFC North this year has been absolutely trash. We are 0-5 versus the AFC North. But guess what? When we don't play the AFC North, we are currently 8-2 when we don't play the AFC North. 8-2. So now we have to make this a 9-2 record versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, going into this game, KC is fighting for their lives, right? Obviously, as I just mentioned, all the stuff I just mentioned. The good thing about this game is that they're going to take us easy. They're going to think this is an easy game versus us because we just got our butts kicked against the Steelers. Last time we got our butts kicked against the Titans, we came out the next week and played great football. We need to have that mentality going into this game. The most important key to victory, I will say, going into this game is that you have to remember one key thing. This is the season. This is a playoff game. This is not a regular season game where if you lose it, it's whatever, you know, crap happens, you move on with your life, and everything's okay. No. You lose this game, your season's over. So everything you fought for all season long comes down to this one moment in this game. This game is more important than any other game right now. Because this game will decide what happens, whether or not we make the playoffs or we don't make the playoffs. We had a chance last week to make it easier with the Steelers game. We pissed that away. It is what it is, you know? You can't go back in the past. You got to go toward the future here. We have a chance in this game to make the playoffs. So, this game, number one key to victory, anything goes. I don't care if you want to call that crazy play that you might not call normally, but this is the game where you want to call it, call it. That's number one. You got to call whatever you can call. You want to send that exotic blitz because, you know, you're kind of scared. I don't care if you're scared. Send the exotic blitz. Get after them. Call plays. Get crazy touchdowns. You got to put points up on this board. That's number one. Number two, you got to get in the head of Patrick Mahomes. Now, normally, when you're playing a great quarterback, an amazing quarterback, the last thing you can do is get in their head. Either like Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, all these great quarterbacks from history, they would never let you get in their head. They would never let you get them rattled. You could beat them, but you're not going to beat them by rattling them. You're going to beat them by beating their defense. What we saw in that Bills game, and we saw a little bit last week with the Raiders game, where Kelsey was smashing his helmet and going crazy on the sideline, you can get in Mahomes and Kelsey's head. You can. You can live rent-free in their head. And if you get in their head, game over. Game over, you get in their head. Because in that Bills game, after that false start by Tony in overtime, they had 2 more plays in that game. Both plays. What did they do? They pissed it away. They did nothing. They got sacked and then threw an incomplete pass overthrowing Kelsey. They had a chance to do something in the rest of that game. In the end of that game, they had a chance to win it after that Kadarius Toney false start ball. Because of everything that happened, they got in their own heads, they got upset, and they couldn't perform. We need to get in their heads. You control the mentals of this game, you win this game. You make Patrick Mahomes get off his mentals, that's how you win this game. Because he's going to start throwing interceptions, get in his head, make him upset, and then he starts messing up even more. That's literally what teams have been doing as of lately. That's why his team is 9-6. You cause him to make a mistake by getting pressure on him and making him get off his rocker, it's over. That's number 2. Number 3, run the damn ball. Okay, you know what? Number 3, I wanted to 3 for 3 words, but 4, it's 4 words technically. It's 4 words for number 3. Run the damn ball. Run the damn ball. Run the damn ball. Run the damn ball. Give the ball to Jamar. Not Jamar Chase. Chase Brown. Give it to Chase. Give it to Chase Brown. Get him involved in this game. I wouldn't mind seeing more rushes in this game from Chase Brown than seeing rushes from Joe Mixon. I love Joe Mixon. I love him. But I really like watching Chase Brown run the ball. I feel like whenever he gets an open field, the guy is electric. He's electric. He gets an open field. He makes plays. He's crazy. I like him. Get him the ball and stop running screens 74 times a game. Now let's talk about injuries. Going into this game, we're going to get back Cam Taylor-Britt. That is a huge, and I mean huge, get back in this game. Let's be honest. Well, also, potentially, Jamar Chase is going to play this game. Questionable right now. We'll kind of figure out how this ends up returning. He's expected to return as of this game, which, again, is huge. We're going to get our receiving core back. We're going to get our great cornerback back. Going to help out our secondary. They already have a problem with the receiving core. This is a game we can win. This is a trap game for the Chiefs. They're going to go in this game thinking we're playing Jake Browning. We're playing a bum quarterback and a bum squad who just got destroyed by the Steelers. Ha ha ha. We can easily beat them. And this is a game we can win. And I want to say one thing. Everyone in Who Dey Nation, let's all become Raiders fans as well. Because we are rooting for the Raiders for the next 2 games and the Chargers. Because if we can knock this team out of the playoffs, I don't care if we go 1 game, go in the playoffs, and then we lose and that's it. Nothing on earth would be funnier, in my opinion, than watching the Chiefs not make the playoffs. All that, well, we have 2 rings. We have 2, well, actually, no, sorry, 3 rings now. 3 rings. Congratulations. You didn't make the playoffs and we did. Imagine we make the playoffs and this team doesn't. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.